Welcome to Fantasy Legends, my name's Scott, and today we're going to be covering one of Final Fantasy VIII's more minor characters, but just as important to the story, Cid Kramer. Before we get into it, if I could ask if you could smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm getting close to 100 subs, so any help that you can give would be appreciated. Cid Kramer, who the party know more commonly as Headmaster Cid, is the founder of Seed and headmaster of Balam Gardens. He has the most important job in the gardens. He oversees both school operations and seed operations, meaning he has little time for his own endeavours, despite his wish to get more involved in the students and what they're doing. Cid has a unique appearance in the game. He wears a burgundy vest over a long-sleeve white-collar shirt and green tie, brown trousers and black shoes. He has blue eyes, floppy brown hair and wears round glasses, and as most of the fans know, reminds most people of Robin Williams. Cid's demeanor is also a bit like Robin Williams in terms of he's very cheerful and tries to make witty remarks when he can. He also encourages the Seed members think for themselves rather than just become mindless machines. In fact, he has a quote saying, "I don't want you all to become machines. I want you all to be able to think and act for yourselves." We also see in the game how he seems to want to get more involved in the students, asking to spend time with them and things like this and speak to them personally. However, he is often spoken over by the garden faculty who order him about, and his reaction to this is that he doesn't seem to know what to do and prefers to hide from the situation, which we find out more about later. Cid's story is one of a lot of past pain. Even though he is a minor character in the game, we find out that he is married to one of the main antagonists, Dia. Cid married this young sorceress and became the sorceress's knight. Dia was a caring woman who raised children in an orphanage in Centra. During their time at the orphanage, on one night, a dying sorceress named Ultimacia appeared from the future, attempting to pass on her sorceress's power, which Dia accepted so that none of the orphans would become a sorceress. Cid and Dia, knowing one day that the orphans would need to fight against the sorceresses, decided that they would need training for this, and decided to start an organisation called Seed. Obviously, due to the nature of this Seed task force and the fact that they would be fighting sorceresses, Cid and Dia could no longer stay together. This is one of the biggest tragedies in Cid's life, as not only did he lose his wife, but he lost all the stability of his happy home in the orphanage. The main problem for Cid when he was looking at starting Seed was the fact that he required a lot more funds than he actually had. He managed to find a business partner in the name of Shumi Norg, and together they set up the establishment Balam Gardens and trained the Seed members there. However, the problem was this Norg caused a lot more problems for Cid than they actually solved. Yes, he gave money to set up the Balam Gardens. However, he also controlled the faculty, who showed Cid hardly any respect and ordered him about and said he didn't have time for this, didn't have time for that. He was essentially controlled a lot by the faculty. In fact, because of Norg, Cid's actual role changed. Obviously, with Cid, he only had the fight against Ultimacia in mind. However, Norg wanted to use them as mercenaries. We do see the problems with Norg coming to a head with Cid, where he ends up taking control of Garden, and we end up fighting Norg and the faculty in order to stop them from completely controlling it. The main conflict for Cid when it comes to running Garden is the fact that he cares for all the students, but at the same time he has to put them in life-threatening situations. You can see this often where he knows that they need to be prepared for the situation. However, at the same time, he also doesn't want them to get hurt. But however, due to his knowledge of knowing that they have to face a sorceress in the future, he is known to also put the students in danger when, for example, he gives them the magical lamp that has Diablo in it. Not that the game tells us this. Quite a big trick from the developers there for the first time when you're playing the game. Cid's story does end happily, however, which is a good thing considering he's such a likeable character in my opinion. And that's when Edea no longer becomes a sorceress and Cid ends up moving in with her back in the orphanage where they started. So there you have it, Cid Kramer, the headmaster. What did you guys think of him? Did he remind you of Robin Williams? Did you guys get that analogy when you played the game? Let me know in the comments down below. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help me out. Thank you for listening.